Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. Sat through a pretty much pointless episode of Monday Night Raw tonight. 2 hours and 45 minutes of nothing much. Really makes you wonder if SummerSlam really is on Sunday, or if maybe it's just a figure of my imagination. But I don't know. It was really just a whole lot of nothing. I mean, the 3 hours, I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're just not really, picking up on anything. Got all the way down to the end of the show. Sat through a contract signing where, just like everybody else, I was expecting, the big brawl to happen there between Triple H and Lesnar. Triple H took off his tie, threw it down, signed the contract. That was it. Made you wonder what the hell they were going to do for the end of the show. Honestly, a little part of me was hoping that they were going to have some sort of jobber squash match to end it up, because they just sort of the opposite thing. So many times you've been watching Monday Night Raw and you've noticed that they're rushing because they're trying to get everything in there, and segments get cut, and segments have to run long, and segments have to stretch. I thought maybe they had the one time in the history of Monday Night Raw they didn't book enough and they needed something to fill the end of the show. And they didn't want to stretch out Triple H and Lesnar any more than they already had. But Triple H, Shawn Michaels met up in the parking lot. They were leaving for the night, basically just saying their goodbyes. And after that, Paul Heyman pulls his car out and he blocks Shawn Michaels from leaving the arena. And from there, the argument ensues. Shawn is yelling outside of his window, and Brock sneaks up from behind and rapes him right there in the parking lot. As he's pulling him out, they bump the camera, and the camera goes to black, and we can still hear for a matter of seconds. I thought it was pretty cool the way they did this. They really, really smashed up the rental-car. Reminded me a whole lot between the back in the day when Shawn Michaels was the commissioner, and I think this is the way they took him off TV, because he was really having a problem being addicted to pills. They were trying to find a way to get him back on the show, and they made him the commissioner. And they needed to take it away from him because they couldn't trust him to be at TV or on TV anymore. Just as him and Hunter were really falling apart, so on and so forth. But this was, there was the DX and the corporation were sort of feuding over this, and I think they were sort of teasing a Shawn Michaels face turn, like he was going to rejoin DX, but basically Shawn Michaels got attacked and thrown through a windshield, and they never really told us who did it. It was just sort of a way to put a question mark on the feud about who did it to him, and they never answered the question of who did it at all. It just was the way to get Shawn Michaels off TV. It reminded me a whole lot of that, but there was no Shawn Michaels dangling through the window. And Shawn, even though he got thrown through a windshield, looked like a matter of a couple times from how many dents were in the windshield. Had no blood on him, on his back or anything like that. It was pretty cool to see Brock Lesnar just sort of drag Shawn Michaels, military style, to the ring over his shoulders. Reminded me a lot of that UFC clip of Brock killing the deer out in the the wilderness, and dragging it back to camp to cut up and eat. The guy's an animal. These guys are really going to go at it. This this feud came to the end. I was really hoping a few weeks ago that we were going to get Shawn Michaels getting his ass kicked. Really, being that I guess you can say Jesus on the cross, or some sort of sacrifice for this feud, and we finally got it. I was hoping that Shawn Michaels would take some sort of vicious bump with an F5, but it was pretty cool to see him get his arm broke, and the way Paul Heyman just kept saying, oh my god," really selling the fact that maybe Brock had really gone crazy and he broke his arm. This being the one big feud that anybody cares about on SummerSlam, sort of sucks that they didn't have a big card, and I think they found out that the problem with Brock Lesnar is it was great to bring him in, and great to get that first rush to really get somebody from UFC stolen and brought back over. They don't really have a Monday Night War going on with UFC, but I mean, to steal one of their biggest stars, even though he has really said that he's done fighting, was a pretty big thing around WrestleMania time going into Extreme Rules. But it's not that easy to book a show when you can't have the guy week in, week out, and it's kind of hard, to plan something as big as SummerSlam and not have the guy around. So I think SummerSlam's sort of going to take a hit from this. It's still going to be fun to see these guys go at it. If I had to put money on this fight, I really, really want to see Brock Lesnar win this match. I think it'd be good for the WWE, be good for the character of Brock Lesnar. I'm a huge Triple H fan, and I don't like to see my guy lose. But honestly, he needs to lose this match. If I had to put money on it, I think he's going to win this match. It doesn't make sense. We're probably not going to see Brock Lesnar until at least the Royal Rumble or closer to Mania time. I don't think they have any more plans for him to do anything else and waste those days. Keep him, and use him all those days leading up to Mania. So that way, that feud can get as over as it can for whoever he fights, Lesnar or The Rock or, I don't know, Zack Ryder, whoever it's going to be. I have no clue. But if he's going to, have a match and then leave for that matter of time, I would bet he's going to lose. And if he does, that's just going to be bring the Triple H haters out even more, saying that Triple H, booked himself to go over this, that, and the other. And I don't know. If Triple H wins this match, he better have something big on the horizon. It better not just be one match here and then nothing else from there. I don't know what the hell they're doing. But I don't think they know what they're doing. So that's my thoughts. SummerSlam Sunday. Leaving Sunday morning. Be there Sunday. Flying home Monday. Kind of crazy, but, that's what we do. Have fun, guys. Peace out.